This is technique number 1 in the ashi waza series, OsotoGari, and I'm going to combine it with OsotoGari as well. So firstly, OsotoGari. So OsotoGari literally means body drop, major outer body drop. So I'm hooking onto my opponent's legs, and I'm using my weight and the direction to make sure his body weight goes backwards and he lands on his back. To start with, we're going directly backwards. I'm taking a major step with my left leg, so my outside leg, using this collar and sleeve grip here. This is the one that's most commonly used for this technique. You can also use the over the top grip here at the back of his head, exactly the same. It depends where you're starting from. The important part, well, wherever we have this hand, whether it's on the collar, whether it's by his head, is that we're controlling the head movement. Because as we're attacking this leg, we want his weight on this leg. You want your opponent's weight on this leg. So when you block that and you stop that from moving, you're actually pushing all the weight onto that leg and continuing the movement down. So, always remembering what the hands are doing. Taking a step to the outside of my left leg, leaving enough space so my right leg can come through. And I'm really hooking that in and digging that at the back of his leg there, making sure I'm breaking his balance. And then taking another step forward with my left leg and dropping down onto my right knee. One more time. In a contest situation, this works really well when you're having to reach across, and maybe they've taken that leg back and you have to reach across. So you have to hook at the back of the leg here. So watch, I'm hooking here, so my first step is actually going around the back. My second step is the hop. Okay, so I hook with my right leg, remember putting all his weight onto that leg. The left leg comes over, place the toes on the ground and go down onto the knee. So this right leg, the toes slip down onto the ground, right knee goes to the floor, and I finish it here. It's a really good one, especially people who like this collar grip, to be able to come round. Use your own legs and come over the top. Okay, a variation for that one, that's the hook. That's taking it down to the floor. A variation for that one is big throw, called OsotoGari, which is major outer reap. And this time I'm actually going to sweep our opponent's legs. This is really effective for making sure they land on their back. With this one you have to get a lot of power, a lot of force behind it, but always remembering the initial breaking the balance bit, putting all their weight onto that back leg. One important point here is to remember to point your toes, because what that'll do is make you draw your leg through and up and behind you, rather than keeping your foot out here, which will mean you get stuck into this position. So I'm trying to point my toes, contact the top of his thigh there, and all the way on. So it's 1, 2, sweeping through with this one, and finish here. For the finish, we're going to make sure that we drop our body weight and land at the same time as our partner, so we're landing in the side control position. In a contest situation, for both of them, sometimes it might be a little bit of a cross between the two, depending on where your partner's going, and depending on what technique you prefer. If they're going in this direction, slightly to the side, it might be more of a sweeping action. If they're pulling away from you, go backwards, you've got to follow their momentum and their direction. One time it won't work, because if your partner's pushing onto you, there's no way you'll be able to throw them backwards. So if they're going to the side, if they're going backwards, that's the time to use this technique.